Good morning, welcome to Catex TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Thursday, January 15th, 2015. If you wish to follow us on Twitter, go to Catex TV. In a surprise move, the Swiss National Federal Bank unpegged the Swiss franc currency from the euro. Let's try to walk through this. We know that the net result of it is that the value of the franc has soared as much as about 30% in chaotic trading on global financial markets already. Essentially what the Swiss government did is they reversed a artificial peg that had been set back in 2011 when the euro was in free fall because of various government crises in Greece and Portugal and Spain. The peg at that point had put the value of a Swiss franc from 1.20 to the euro. So 1 euro would be equal to 1.2 Swiss francs. Now, as time has gone on, the Swiss franc value has continued to increase. The Swiss decided this morning that they were going to unpeg it and allow the Swiss franc to exist by itself without any artificial constraints. What this means is that the Swiss apparently believe that the euro is going to fall even further because they think that the European Central Bank is going to begin quantitative easing. Mario Draghi has signaled that he's in fact going to do just that. There are also rising concerns over tensions in Russia, with capital flying from Russia into Switzerland. According to some observers, the Swiss National Bank clearly expects to see a huge surge of inflows in the next week and sees little reason to provide these buyers of Swiss francs with an artificially cheap rate. Of course, what this has done is it has made the Swiss franc more expensive, thus raising the cost of Swiss exports. One of the big Swiss exports, of course, is insurance and reinsurance. This means that the value of Swiss companies has plummeted. Swiss exporting companies has plummeted on global financial markets. Shares in Swiss Re, for example, are down 5.6% today. Shares in Zurich Insurance Corporation are down 7.8%. Oddly enough, this is going to pave the way for Mario Draghi to do what he needs to do later next week at an ECB meeting. France's cyber defense chief, Admiral Arnaud Costier, says that an unprecedented surge of cyber attacks has struck the country since the incidents in Paris last Friday, which left 20 people dead. 19,000 French websites have suffered cyber attacks. According to the Admiral, the attacks were carried out by, quote, more or less structured groups, including some well-known Islamic hacker groups. The attacks, which appear to have involved mostly relatively minor denial of service attacks, have hit sites as varied as military regiments to pizza shops. Investigators in Texas and U.S. National Transportation Safety Board investigators are trying to determine the cause of a West Texas prison bus crash that killed 8 inmates and 2 guards. This is a scene that's out of the Harrison Ford movie, The Fugitive. The Texas State Department of Criminal Justice bus skidded on an icy overpass, slid down an embankment, and then collided with a passing Union Pacific freight train yesterday morning, leaving the bus a crumpled mass and scattered packages and freight from the train alongside the track in Penwell, Texas, just west of Odessa. 8 prisoners and 10 department officers, prison guards, were killed. According to a fire and rescue person on the scene, it's as bad as you can imagine. In 32 years, it's as bad as anything I've ever seen. The prisoners did not have seat belts and were handcuffed together in pairs. The National Transportation Safety Board, as I mentioned, is there now looking at the scene. A major highway in Mozambique has been split in 2 after 2 bridges collapsed as a result of heavy flooding that's already killed about 25 people in the country and displaced tens of thousands. Parts of the country are now without electricity after torrential rain have knocked down 10 pylons, bringing down power grids. Heavy rains have also devastated neighboring Malawi, where 48 people have been killed and 70,000 have been made homeless. A natural gas pipeline near Jackson, Mississippi burst into flames yesterday morning. leaving a wooded area parched and burned, and a rare image on radar. The blast spooked nearby residents who saw the large orange glow just before dawn. Gulf South Pipeline confirmed that the explosion was along a natural gas line east of the Barnett Reservoir, the largest reservoir in Mississippi. The National Weather Service office in Jackson noted that the smoke plume from the fire was picked up by local radar. No injuries have been reported. It's being investigated. And crew members on the International Space Station have now been allowed into the American segment of the orbiting outpost, apparently after a false alarm forced the astronauts to evacuate that part of the space station yesterday. They were all huddled in the Russian sector. It's like Berlin after World War II. The alarm indicated that there was a possible leak of toxic ammonia into the station's main cabin. However, NASA found no evidence of that. They now think, the officials at NASA do, that the false alarm may have been caused by an error in a computer used to beam information to and from the space station. The computer is called a multiplexer demultiplexer. Now seems to be in good shape. The officials had turned the device off and on again, i.e. they rebooted it. After doing that, the light went off. Well, the simple things work. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.